Hey there, Dr. Alan Christianson here with you. I want to talk about 10 of the best supplements and herbs for people with Graves' disease. So starters, I want to talk about methylfolate. Now this is a funny paradox because people with Graves' disease have a greater need for folate, but they have a greater sensitivity for folic acid. Did you catch that? We've got folates and then we've got folic acid. Now most supplements and a lot of processed foods have folic acid added to them. And for those that have a good version of an MTHFR gene, they can do all right with that usually. But people with Graves' disease don't have a good version of that gene. And so folic acid is not only ineffective, but it's actually harmful for them. So with Graves, they need to avoid folic acid and get methylfolate. You'll find that in some of the newest, more professionally designed multiple vitamins that are made because of those gene issues. Next big supplement that's helpful for those with Graves' disease would be magnesium. So your body needs more and your body loses more. So there's two sides to that, and many are deficient just going into it. The other wrinkle is that many of the Graves' side effects mimic those symptoms of magnesium deficiency. So super critical thing you'll need more of. There's a point at where magnesium can be a laxative. We don't want that because you can also be prone to that just from Graves' disease. So small amounts go a long way. It may just be a couple hundred milligrams, but it can be a big game changer for you. Another critical supplement would be EPA. This is one of the omega-3 fats, also called eicosapentaenoic acid. We get this from fish oil, and it helps to protect and reverse damage to the brain. And one of the drawbacks to Graves is that the higher amount of stimulant hormones can cause a faster aging and a faster wear and tear on the brain cells. And the benefits of EPA is that they can help to reverse that and also be cardiac protective for the heart. Another big one is vitamin D. Large bodies of evidence have shown that people with Graves' disease going into it are probably lower in vitamin D than others are, and that's a big part of the whole autoimmune cascade. So having enough but not too much vitamin D is one of the steps that leads towards the Graves' reversal. And for most people, that's about 5,000 units per day. To be precise, it's more about blood levels than dosages, and the ideal blood level is probably between about 40 to 55 nanograms per mil, and that's normally about 5,000 units of vitamin D for an adult to get to that level. Here's a nutrient that's important for Graves you may not have heard of before. It's called molybdenum. And Graves' disease is affecting all parts of your body, and that's because thyroid hormones do. They're just critical for everything. Now, molybdenum is critical for liver function. With Graves' disease, your liver has one thing going too fast and one thing going too slow. So the phase 1 pathways are sped up and the phase 2 are slowed. And that means your liver can't get rid of waste as effectively as it would otherwise. Molybdenum is one of the minerals needed to help support that proper phase 1 pathway. And it's something that people often can be low in as well. Another big one for Graves' disease would be vitamin E. And specifically, vitamin E comes in different forms. So there's synthetic versions called DL-tocopherols. Those are not helpful. We're really thinking about mixed natural tocopherols. So the alpha tocopherol, the gamma, and the delta tocopherol, the combinations of those. That's how they're found in existing healthy foods. Things like sweet potatoes or avocados or rice bran oil contain that. The benefit of vitamin E is that it helps to break down some of the free radical damage that hurts the nerves and hurts the heart with Graves' disease. So it prevents many of the complications. Calcium is another big one. And this is specific for also calming nerve conduction, calming nerve stress symptoms, but also for helping to prevent bone thinning and bone loss. You know, so many risks of Graves' disease come about because of that, especially the hip fracture. A couple more here still I want to talk about with you. We've got DHA, and that's docosahexaenoic acid. That's the cousin of EPA, and that's the other good omega-3 fat. This one's especially powerful for building the cell membranes of the brain cells and helping to calm the effects of anxiety and keep cognitive function bright and sharp. So last two are more herbal. One is chamomile, and this is good old chamomile tea. You know, it's something that people don't take quite as seriously as they should. there's been a lot of data saying that chamomile is very effective for reducing stress, reducing anxiety, calming the nervous system, and to do so safely without creating sedation or cloudy thinking, and very readily available. You know, grab a cup of sleepy time tea, and it doesn't have to just be for sleepy time. You know, many cultures use that as a beverage throughout the day, and for good reason. And the last one, this is a really cool thing because this is probably a triple win, I would say. This is a plant called Melissa officinalis, also called lemon balm. And 3 really neat things about lemon balm relative to Graves' disease. So one of which is that it by itself may help to slow and calm an overactive thyroid. In fact, many traditional systems of medicine used it as one of 3 ingredients for calming Graves. So that's one. The other 2 kind of go together. So it's a gentle sedative, but it also helps to clarify mental function. So that's a wild combination. You know, most things that calm you don't make you sharp, and oftentimes the opposite. But Melissa is actually shown to decrease stress and anxiety, but improve mental acuity. So along with not feeling frazzled, you can focus better and you can think more clearly. So great options in all important things. Dr. Christianson here with you, and I want to guide you back to your Graves reset because it's totally possible. That's the big message. Take great care. We'll talk again really soon. Bye-bye.